God, you guys, I just got home. It was so scary. Oh my God, it's such a long time. A little more than usual, but oh my God. So I went to Toenges today. You know, that foot store, that shoe store. Used to be on Hobson. It's now on Jefferson, you know, South Side. And oh my God. So remember I told you last week how I think someone followed me because no cars were there and it acted like it was going to crash into me. Well, of course I was right. And oh my God. So there were cars when I got there today. All these cars honking, trying to cut me off, almost like run me over. And then they're all blocking me so I can't drive my car and drive. I have to put it in reverse. They're blocking my car in all directions when I park. So I'll have to go in reverse. And then they're right after, while I'm putting my car in reverse, they're yelling outside and they're acting like they're going to be, they're hiding behind cars and they're acting like they're about to bump into the back of my trunk. And of course the whole store is involved. And when I went in, this big fat girl was helping me. And how dare you hit me, you fat bitch. You know, okay, to make sure I knew that her alliance was with, of course, the white trash, you know. And she like took like this metal thing and she kind of pushed it up against the front part of my foot. And she didn't say she was sorry. To make sure, and it was in front of the stalkers, to show the stalkers that, to appease them, you know, keep her friends petting happy and show, hey, yeah, I hate this Asian girl. See, I hit the front part of her foot. Friends, do it even more. Hey, do not tell the employees. Oh, and then they're all surrounding me, screaming. And then these two, they're death threats. There are these two guys, and like, what is it with the like the leaves in the green, a camo or camouflage, the army. Yeah, that. Oh my God. So the camouflage outfits. They're talking about bombing babies and screaming and laughing, and they're talking about bazookas and stuff. And they're looking at me and pointing and laughing. And then this one girl was walking behind me and she just kept staring at me. And then she was talking to one of the employees there. And then she's like, well, you know, why is she here again? And then when I was talking to the fat employee who's supposedly semi helping me, while I was talking, some other guy started screaming and saying, he started interrupting and screaming while I was talking, and I kept talking. And he goes, what? He quickly comes up to us and he keeps they kept interrupting us, all these stalkers, gathering around us, sitting around us while I was sitting in the chair. And it's like, because that's all they can do. I mean, it's not like they can take a knife and stab me and get away with it. That is the dumbest thing they have. Oh. Staring, yeah. And okay, yeah. And then the death threats from afar, and then the baby squeezing too, more of baby child abuse too, and poisoning, candy syringing, you know. And they had candy there, and it looked rotten too. I'm pretty sure it was made by HomeDepot and Walmart. And then this guy's Springfieldville neighbors here. And it looked rotten when I saw it. And they're giving it to little kids. So if you have little kids that go there, do not go there. Anyway, some guy interrupts us while I'm talking to the woman and he to the female fat employee. And he goes, you know, she was here yesterday. He started just yelling, screaming loudly. He goes, she was here yesterday. Why is she here today? And then he just quickly stomped out. And I kept talking because I was asking her something. And then more and more, very, very boring. You know how you can't see or feel your height, but you just know, that's what it feels like. You know it's over, the stalking. They've been finished for years, especially since COVID, but it's boring, and you can feel them feeling it, that they know they're done for. It's been over for 6-7 years. They're done for. What do they say? It played out. You know, it feels dead. You know, I I don't know, I barely noticed it going around. I guess I'm so used to it. But anyway, you know they can't ever get anything because I make that decision whether I give it. And I'm not giving it. Crap, I'm going to grab it. So anyway, yeah, more and more come in. And I'm like, honestly, they should put me on the payroll everywhere I go. Because I do what, no matter what, I do bring in the business. Whether they're real customers, members, vendors, whatever the hell or not, I do bring them in. And it's so flattering to know, because I would never do this. They came out in the cold, icy, deep freeze weather for me. I would never do it for anyone. You know the type of bone-chilling freeze, coldness, where you go outside and you come back home. I don't know if you guys don't wear a scarf, but if I don't have my head covered in the very freezing cold, it like knocks me out when I get home, like a coma, you go into a deep sleep. I would never do that for anybody. And I'm saying, look, they're doing it for me. I'm pretty special. And I'm like, so this is supposed to make me want to kill myself? This makes me want to live even more. This makes me feel like, wow, I'm special. Especially during the winter months. I'm like, they come out for me. Wow. They don't just do that for anyone. They just don't. And God, it's so hot. This is fleece. Well, hopefully I'll burn off some more pounds. Anyway, so, what was I saying? So yeah, and they're all gathering around me, and then, you know, when I'm walking around, they're talking about, oh yeah, like, oh yeah, blah, 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 she died of cancer, and then these two girls, they have this angry, serious look on their face. They're basically talking about my mom and code. And, yeah, so that's supposed to hurt me, make me cry. And, I did. Seriously. Okay, so anyway, and then, a couple girls and a couple couples come in, again, with small children. One was like, I don't know, it looked like a baby or something. It didn't look like it could walk. But it was a baby, but you know, it couldn't walk, you know, like those little people do, you know, when they're not, you know, when they're not grown, but they're not like little infants. But yeah, and this one lady in a pink jacket, she was like throwing the baby up and catching it, and the baby was crying, and the employees were in on it and they were laughing. And then, also they were refusing me service. That's grounds for termination. So complain about that. Again, they're doing the boring stuff. They had like four desks open, and the fat girl was helping me lied and said, oh, this is the only open one. And there are all these other employees standing around, and they looked so embarrassed, and we all knew they were lying. And then they were stalling so the stalkers could gather around me, more racist talk about Trump. And then some guy standing next to me the whole time, he's staring at us, you know, when we were and him and another group of guys were staring at us the whole time when I was there. He was like, God, you know, something smells bad, and then they're all looking at me, you know, and he said something weird, like, oh, it smells like Southwestern vanilla India. I was like, what? Southwest? And then the group, they all looked at me. I don't know what the hell that means. And because I'm not Southwestern or vanilla, whatever the hell. Maybe my skin tone, I don't know. But anyway, they stall and don't serve me. And remember, that's grounds for termination because, well, first of all, those parking spots, they're not customers, they're stalkers. Second of all, they're blocking the parking spots for me, you know, and I have a leg injury and they don't. And second of all, they're not helping real customers, and they're stalling in front of me. They're using other employees to stall, all so stalkers can come around me and surround me and insult me. And hopefully I'll whip out my own gun and blast my brains out right there, because that just hurts and offends me so much. And anyway, so yeah, they stall, and then more employees come out, and then they're like, hey, can you help her? Can you help her? You know, can you, I have someone else you can help. And they're interrupting our service. And the whole time, you know, I was thinking, wow. I was like, so this is all you can come up with? That's it? And then I think, yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah, this is all. I would be embarrassed to show someone that all I can do is watch you get served, when that's what we were trying to stop. That was the whole point of us stalking you. So you'd stay at home and not go out, or number 2, kill yourself. You're not even supposed to be out here, bitch. That's what they're thinking. This bitch is going around town, happified, driving around, going from place. She's getting served. That shouldn't be happening. She should have committed suicide long ago, or she should be trembling behind the curtains, peeking, you know, through the blinds. And that's not happening. And this bitch is just going around, and we're just following, and we're staring at her, and this defeats our whole purpose. We weren't supposed to be doing this. We weren't supposed to, the object of us stalking her wasn't to go and watch her in retail stores or anywhere else and watch her get served by a bunch of people. When if no one would know what we're doing, these businesses probably would have not served her had she not gone public. And you know, now we're looking even more stupider than we were stupider before. Anyway, but yeah. So that happened. And then they had kids screaming, running in circles, and then they had a guy running back and forth behind me, and I was sitting in the chair. And then they're also talking about blinding this little toddler boy with curly hair. I don't know, out in a forest with a little baby snake. It made no sense. I was like, these people are really weird. And then they'd always stare at me and stuff. And then, yeah, like I said, the employees, they were stalling. Can you help this? Can you help this? Oh, is this for this size? Is this for this size? And they're such bad actors, you know. They look like they need a lot more practice. It just looks so obvious, you know. They're trying to stall. And then outside in the parking lot, again, they're trying to run me over with cars. And then again, they're blocking all my, me when my car's parked. Like, they'll put all these cars in front of me, to the side of me and stuff like that. And, so this is supposed to make, I just think, so that's supposed to, how is this, I don't get their concept, hence, that's why they're mentally ill. And nobody likes them, that's why they create these groups, but I just think, well, how is that supposed to make me or anybody else want to stop going out? Because, honestly, I don't feel that way. Obviously, you see me going out, so obviously, you all fans, everybody knows, obviously, that's not making Nadia wanting to stop to go out. I mean, just parking cars and blocking mine, so no, I can honestly say that's not how I feel. I've never felt that way or thought that once. Oh, they parked a car in front of my, now I have to put my car in reverse. It's so hard. I don't want to go. No. There's nothing in life they can make hard for me that would make me want to stop. And honestly, I'd rather go through this, just like my mom said. I'd rather go through this than bend, bow, and kneel to them and have them disappear. I don't want them to disappear, and I don't want them to not. We don't care about that. It's not about that. And we already considered them disappeared. And the thing is we'd rather go through this than ever want peace, or that I already consider myself in peace. We'd rather go through this, even hard things, even if we get physically hurt. I'd rather go through that, get chained to a pole and have them beat me with a battered chain. I'd rather go through that than ever give in to them. No, never. Never. No. That to me is hard. And that's the difference, one of the many differences with us. That's why one of the thousands of reasons we don't get along. They can do it. They don't want to go through it. I want to go through this. I don't want peace with them. I'm not with them. I hate them. I'm not on their side. I am 100% fully against them. I can withstand this. This to me is easy. To them, they're lazy. I'm strong. They're lazy. They're weak. You know, they can go through this. They don't want to, but they don't get a choice because I make that decision. I make that final decision. And it ain't happening. I'm having too much fun. So anyway, yeah, so I was so scared and I was running, you know, they're honking in the parking lot. And one lady stopped in like some black Ford and said, "Hey lady, get out of the way." And I ignored her. And then, again, they're zooming, driving around. And then some guy, he's laughing. He's gesturing a gun out in the sky. And one of his friends, I don't know if it's a toy gun or a real gun. I don't know. Isn't that illegal? He was like, I don't know. He's like, oh, it looked like a toy. I don't know if it's a toy or real. But he was holding and playing it around and showing it to his friend. And then they were like across from like my parking space. And see, like a threat, stuff like that. And inside the store, they're saying, oh, you know, America has too many Asians. Oh, Trump is right. You know, they should die. Oh, and then they're saying. Oh, this is uneducated. They're saying, oh, Asians and Mexicans are the same. No, we're not. We're completely different. Maybe our hair color is the same, or eye color resemble, but okay. So anyway, I'm just thinking how people say Indiana has a bunch of sad-looking faces. They're so bored. They can't think of anything else worse to do. I want them to pay me for this because I'm a showstopper, you know. I am. I just am, you know. I should be getting compensated for this, you know. I should be getting comped. But anyway, so yeah, I went there. Yeah, and then there were more kids running around screaming, and then one kid was running and he tripped. His foot hit the leg of the chair and he tripped and fell. And they were laughing and stuff. And then as I was leaving again, like I said, backing my car out, and then they're trying to block it. They're all coming out and blocking it. They're trying to act like, oh, we knew you were about to back your car out, but they were guessing. Unless they have a live feed from the store manager on their phone. But yeah, their timing is still bad. And then right when I'm turning, again, they have a huge semi-truck blocking the street, and this car zooms out right next to it. Again, acting like it's going to crash into me. That's all they can do is just try and blocking me in, trying to crowd me. Again, yeah, they'll cover like half the lane or half the street. They'll park really close to me, you know. They'll park crooked inside the parking space. They'll have two huge cars and a parking space that's kind of open in between them, and they'll park crooked so my car can't go in there. Not that I would. And I'm not going to waste my time with that. I'd rather park out further, which pisses them off. But yeah, that's up in there. And it's at the parking trails, you know. You know, it's that park with that gorgeous, spectacular view. You know that President Clinton used to jog in? It's the park trails. It's that park with the view that President Clinton used to jog in, you know. Maybe Central Park, but it looks like Central Park. But anyway, and it's in the North Pole with Santa Claus, you know. And then no, that's the second place I went to. The Toenges, oh, you already know that one. That's on Jefferson. The second place is the park trails. Again, the same exact thing. Now, of course, they knew this because they knew it ahead of time, the park trails, because an employee told them, and, you know, that I would be here. And a park ranger told them this, an employee. And, so yeah, I went there again. All the parking spots were filled. They're trying to force me into like sandwich my car in between these huge, like, cars. But I didn't. And then they're all just sitting in their cars, and they could have weapons, guns or knives. I mean, sometimes they do. I had a guy show me at, Discount Tire and some other place, the Suite 120 Carew Street. I had a couple guys there from Discount Tire, and then this Parkview Physicians group on on Carew Street, Suite 120, they would like show like a blade or a little knife in their shorts when I was walking by, like threatening me, like to slit my throat or stab me or something. And these people, they could have bombs or weapons, you know. And then they'll be yelling and screaming inside the store. And then they'll also be yelling, and then a lot they're like squeezing little babies and stuff and overwrapping them to keep them warm. And you know, so they'll scream. And then okay, so I went to the park trail, and this is in the North Pole, and so I went in there, same thing, and then they all start sitting around me, gathering around me, which makes me feel like a queen again. I don't get it, seriously, someone explain that to me. When people sit around you, isn't that a compliment? Isn't it supposed to be when people walk away from you, that's an insult? I like it both ways, whether they walk away from me or... Because I know when they're walking away from me, if that ever happened, if I wouldn't, and I don't remember. They probably did, I just don't remember it. Even if they walked away from me or something, I wouldn't be offended. You know why? Because I know it's an act. They're stalkers. Even if it was even if there's no stalking going around and a person walked away if I was sitting or standing, I would still take that as a compliment. But some people would be offended, but some people, if they were stalked and a stalker did that, they wouldn't care like me because they know it's fake. But if they know it's real, they'd be offended. Me, I'd be complimented both ways. But anyway, all they can do is sit around me. And then the employees are screaming too there at the park trails here in the North Pole. And, you know, they're like, all these, they start screaming and laughing. Ah! Because again, look, they can't me or slap me or stab me or me. So this is all they can come up with. All over. I'm like, man, your throat muscles must I think, wow, you guys' throat muscles must really hurt because it sounds so unnatural. It sounds like they're really stretching their voice, and it sounds like they don't do it a lot, if at all ever. Maybe that's the first time, but you can kind of feel their throat pain almost. But hey, suicidal, right? Okay, so anyway, yeah, and they're talking about the news again, talking about cancer, lymphoma and pancreatic cancer, and then saying they're saying cancer patients, most of them never survive those types of cancers. Yeah, they never survive. I was like, I feel like I'm in the middle of a really bad Lifetime high school movie, like after school special. And some of these women are old, like mummifying old. Not all of them. They're mixed, young, old, fat. And, but anyway, and then they all turn around and they stare at me. And then check at the park trails, you know, check, if they had me there too long, because that's what they did. They made me wait like an hour when the wait was supposed to be probably 5-10 minutes. And they're doing it so the stalkers are begging him to, so we can be around her, you know, we can insult her. And yeah, they're talking again. They're talking about Home Depot and Walmart and saying, oh, the people there are so nice, blah, 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 and then getting quiet, and then they're staring at each other and then looking at me. And then the entire time when I'm in the exam room, I think, you know, I think that, I don't know if in the bathrooms too, everywhere. It seems like they have like hidden cameras or something. I don't know if it's all infrared because I have my glasses on, but anyway. No, they're not allowed to have cameras in bathrooms or exam room. But anyway, when I'm sitting in the room, yeah, they're pounding the walls, screaming. It sounds like they're banging. It sounds like things are crashing, like glass is breaking. Because at Walmart, they'd purposely break glass. All just so the janitor, who hated me too, he could come out there and be close to me and clean up the mess. They were acting like, oh, well, he's cleaning up the mess, so you won't mind that he's near you. See, they invent these delusional thoughts in their head. And I'm thinking, that's not what I was thinking. I'm not mad. I'm not offended. I'm flattered. I'm like, they want to have cashiers break glass all so he can come out and mop it away just to be close to me, to bother. I'm like, huh? Their whole way of thinking is seriously delusional and nonsensical. I can't make any sense of it. How does breaking glass and then having the janitor who hates me want to come out and be close to me, yet he hates me? And then that's supposed to offend me? No, I feel complimented. Wow, that you break the glass merchandise. They would do that like at least 3 or 4 times during my shift. Behind me, beside me, in front of me. And then that same janitor would come out. And I'm like, I'm not happy or feel good that oh, yeah, I'm not that offended, Rob. That was the janitor's name who physically attacked me. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. It's okay. Yeah, you can be around me even though it bothers me. As long as you're cleaning up, that broken ice pitcher of orange juice. That's not what I was thinking. And you know what? They know that. You know why they do it? Stalker fans or stalker victims, remember this. Because they want to keep a fake fantasy connection with you because they have no control. Because they know no matter what they do, whether they disappear, go at it with you full force, a little bit almost in between, they take a day off, we're going to act the same. It doesn't matter. That's how I feel too. Always, but definitely now. But I've always acted that way, but definitely now. But anyway, what else? So yeah, I went there, and then when I'm in the exam room, they're like screaming. See, so how did they put them back? And you know what? I didn't have an appointment. I just drove out there. And so that means an employee there told them. And there was no prior knowledge of this, except for maybe a few hours earlier, And of course, it had to come from the neighbors, and they were probably guessing. And they went there, drove there. But no, then they asked, well, I'm sure this other branch of it, these employees told them because they can see, they can see what's going on sometimes, but I'm pretty sure, they probably saw something and then they told the stalkers. And, that's how the stalkers, knew. And then they're standing and waiting outside for me. Same at Toenges. At both places, Toenges and Park Trails, they're all coming out aside and they're acting like they're going to bump into me. I kept walking. I was like, you hit me, I will scream so fucking loud. Don't fucking hit me. They act like that. I keep walking, And then they obviously get mad. I'm like, no. I'm like, that trick doesn't work on me, and it never did, and it never will. I'm like, I'm going to keep walking. You hit me, I will cause a scene and scream so fucking loud, Especially when they're doing it on purpose. And I don't know. I think they thought I would acknowledge them. I kept walking. I barely knew they were there. I was reading the door, and it said it was that particular door is closed, so I had to go to so I was talking, saying, oh, it's closed, and then they were just staring at me. Like, oh, I was supposed to, beg them, hey, how's it? No. Yeah, they had stalkers outside both buildings. And, just same boring sleeper stuff. And I'm so used to it. Yeah, just death threats, trying to run me over. I'm so used to it. And then, again, they had babies screaming. Oh, and the employees that were yelling and screaming in on it too. They're like, oh, we have all these members coming in now. And they meant right after me, because right after me, more and more stalkers kept coming in to the park trails, in the North Pole. And, just same boring stuff. They all, when it's useless, like it's not working, it's useless. And you can feel it from them. Like you know that they feel it too. It so much that you can feel it off of them, that this is old, pointless, it's not work, it's funny to watch. And, because I love watching people work like dogs, especially when it's over me. And then knowing that you have the power to make them happy and give them what they want, but no, you're not going to. And I just love knowing that. I love watching them work like dogs and knowing that you're not getting. That's awesome. But anyway, yeah, and then they all start. All these stalkers start coming in, and it's like find out if they're really members there, because none of them had appointments or anything at this particular place. And you have to have an appointment. In this particular place, I went there, and they probably only had a 3-hour gap from the time the neighbors told them till the time I got out there. So that's not enough time to make an appointment for park trails. So who are all those people? Are they really members there at park trails? Or are they stalkers with no appointments at all? Because 3 hours and they're already there planning it, this, that. I mean, and this was a certain, and today nobody knew I was going to this place. Up until when I started getting ready, the neighbors said something, and that's when they probably drove out. Or they probably asked another branch, and then that branch looked it up and said, yeah, Naughty has an appointment this time at this place. And that's how it happened. But it starts with the neighbors. And anyway, so yeah, that happened. And oh yeah, and then I heard that baby thing. I heard the babies. I think they really hate kids. That's why they're really bringing them into. They were oh my god, I felt so bad. They were like they held like some, I don't know, he couldn't have been more than 2. Again, I think they're doing it just to do it in front of me to see what I'll do. Like, you need to give that kid up for adoption. You obviously don't want it. And I don't know, he couldn't have been more than 2. He's wearing a green and orange striped shirt. And this girl, she was like, I don't know, she wasn't like a grandma, as a younger girl. She was like saying, "Look at me." The baby's name was supposedly Mike. She's like, "Look at me, Mike. Look at me," and she's kind of squeezing. She's holding him like that, like she could have cracked his ribs or something. And this is at park trails, out in the lobby, and they're screaming, yelling, stuff like slamming doors, little kids screaming, and they know if I did that, I would be told to leave or go into the exam room and wait, and I hope I'm not leaving anything out. I'm so tired. I haven't slept in almost 2 days in a row, I think. I still have to eat too. I'm not finished. That's why I came online. So that's what happened. And the same thing happened in the parking lot, trying to run me over. Same racist gathering around me, talking about my mom's cancer code, talking about racism, stuff like that, getting quiet, looking at me, sometimes calling me a dog, and then looking at me, stuff like that. And yeah, so that's what happened. Let me think of anything else I'm missing. And then when I was in the bathroom at parking trails, they kept acting like, "Oh, we have a camera in the bathroom." Again, it's like, aren't you embarrassed and ashamed to show that? Because I would be afraid of this. The victim blasting you online. The employees, they kept moving when I moved in the bathroom. Like every time I reached for my coat, there's a coat hanger on the back of the bathroom door. The employees, they kept opening they kept opening and slamming the door shut across in the hallway to show that, hey, we know you're about to touch your coat on the coating. But a person can be like, so then what? Okay, so you show it, now what? That's exactly it. They want us to confront them. Why would I confront you? I don't care. That's what shocks them. If so, they're thinking, wow, like, this is really big and bad what we're doing, you know, and she just isn't going to ask us. No, I don't care. And the thing is, okay, so they're doing that. And then when I'm leaving, again, there are more stock. The whole lobby's full. And then all these cars are blocking me, parked in front of me, so I have to go in reverse. And again, honking, screaming. I don't know. I didn't see a knife or anything this time, but I'm sure, you know, they had weapons. They probably could. And or they probably would bring it in with them. I don't know. I don't remember if I heard that some celebrity said that a person did bring a knife or a gun somewhere. And okay, so no one knew it. Okay, so yeah, see, that's what happened. You know, these attacks and stuff. And so do it back to them when you have already. Do it harder. Go bigger, go harder. I wonder how those employees and those stalkers would feel if people continue to do it to them and started doing it with them and continuing. And poop in their bathrooms. I wonder how they would feel if you smeared diarrhea. If you smeared diarrhea all over the bathroom and they had to clean it. Mess up their stores. Throw their folds, you know, the clothing, wherever it is. Mess up the shelves everywhere. Mess up the Cheerios, you know. All same within offices, you know. I don't know exactly the work is there, but make it hard. Be like, oh, what when they ask you something? What when they ask you what your phone number, and then they ask you what your address is? Say what, yeah. And then give them the wrong phone number. Say my phone number, and then go, no, it's this, and then start talking, and then say, no, do it like 10 times. Annoy them. But okay, so I'm trying to think. Yeah, just the bombing, shooting, death threats, that happened inside both stores. Just same thing at both places. Okay, so with that said, I am Lips of Flame. And I deliver all the dastardly, sneaky, shady, underhanded business dealings in FortWayne, Indiana! I want to know when. I want to know where. I want to know how. I want to know who. But most of all, I want to know why. Whew. Is it hot in here? Take care of the babies. Save the children. Keep them away from the bullies and the abusers and the little babies. Poor, sweet little babies. Ah!